Hello everybody, Palm Springs Cindy. I'm coming to you from my kitchen dining area. It is a few days after Christmas and I hope everyone that is watching has had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful, joyous holiday. So I want to say thank you. I hope everybody has had a wonderful holiday. I know I did, and my daughter and I were home and we had a nice evening. Well, actually Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. We had a lovely, the best part about it was just having her here. We had plenty of food and the music and the whole, just being around the house. I'm just going to say we had a lazy Christmas and it was wonderful. So there you go. Come here. Oh, look at my baby. Poppy, you want to say hello? You want to say hello? She's getting to be a big girl and she is just one big love. She's one teddy bear. She's a little teddy bear. Yes, you are. And thanks to everybody who always says, something like to me, thank you, Cindy and Poppy. So Poppy's part of the program here. Okie dokie. So I'm picking up on a YouTube tag, and it's kind of the thought behind it is sort of a get to know me better type tag. So I am going to, there's like 10 questions or something on the tag. So the first question is, what is my favorite quote? So this is the quote. I actually had to go look it up, but see if you recognize this. If your feelings have changed, I would have to tell you, you have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I love that. If your feelings have changed, I would have to tell you, you have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. See if you remember, Mr. Darcy is saying that at the very, close to the very end of the movie Pride and Prejudice to Jane. I loved it. Okay, so that's one of my favorite quotes. What could you not go a day without? My cell phone, hands down. I know that sounds terrible, but I am way too connected to my cell phone. I do not like that, but that's just the way it is. I can't seem to get away from it. What are my hobbies? I hate that question. I know when I would be in a teacher meeting or a conference or something, and they'd go around and ask, they wanted to do the get to know you kind of, I can't think of the name of it, but kind of icebreaker type of activities. And that was always like, what are your hobbies? But right now I would definitely say my hobby is being on YouTube, is videotaping, editing, uploading, and, finding content. So that's really it's really my hobby. It started out as a fun hobby, and it's still a fun hobby. Whoever made this up must live back east or where it's really cold. How do I exercise in the winter? The same way I exercise in the summer. I really hardly exercise. I know I'm embarrassed to say that, but when I was younger, I always went to the gym like 3 days a week. And if I missed a day, I would walk around my block. So, but right now, excuse me, at my age, I have to tell you, I just got out of the habit and I need to get back in the gym for my own sense of well-being. What is the last book I read? And I have it here, actually. My sister-in-law gave this to me. The Tattoo Artist of Auschwitz. And, the title says it all. I'm a World War II buff. I am fascinated. I am interested in everything World War II. So that is, this is what I'm reading. I just tried to straighten that picture and it fell off the wall. So I'm leaving it alone. till I hang up with this. How have I ever been snow skiing? Yes, I have. I've only been snow skiing once, and it was one too many times. When I was in junior college, so I was like 18, 19, I had a boyfriend, a serious boyfriend, and he was from New York. So at Christmas time, we flew back to New York together, and I met his family, and I stayed with them several days in New York. And then during that time, that was when, I think it was it Joe Namath? He had that bar in downtown New York, and anyway, it was that era. And so he took me to all those places. We walked all around Broadway and all that stuff. Well, and we went snow skiing. So it was 11 degrees, I think below zero or 11 degrees. And I didn't bring snow skiing clothes. So I'm sure whatever I wore was somebody else's cast off, which didn't matter, but it probably didn't fit me really well. And I was probably uncomfortable. And I just didn't, I just kept falling and falling. I was freezing cold. So it was not a real pleasurable experience. Okay, favorite soup. I love homemade vegetable soup. I love bean soup. I love lima bean soup. So those are really my favorite soups. I love a good hot bowl of soup with lots of crackers in it. Have I ever, let's see. Would I rather go ice skating or rollerblading? Well, once again, years ago, my daughter and I used to rollerblade. Now, she picked up on it right away. She was probably in like 4th grade. And we got those good inline skates, and then we bought knee pads and all that stuff. We rollerbladed. That was like our fun activity / exercise. And when we were in Sun Valley for the summers, we both rollerbladed. But then I fell a couple times really hard on my bottom. And after that, I was too afraid, because I thought if I fall anymore on that, back and on that same spot, there's going to be trouble. Trouble in River City. So I would rather, and then also when we were in Sun Valley, when we would be there in the summers, they have, that's a real capital area for ice skaters. And we would often they go there to practice, like all the big time professional, at least during this time they did. And we would watch them practice. You could watch them practice for free. And it was fun to see, I forget the big names that we saw, but we saw almost everybody that was a big name ice skater. And then, the ice skating ring is open for the public. So we would ice skate, and ice skating is easy. I'm not doing spins or anything, but just to ice skate is fun and is easy. And in Sun Valley, where we would ice skate, it would be really warm weather. And it was an outdoor ice skating ring. So even though you were on ice, it wasn't really cold. So you didn't have to really bundle up or anything. So that made it extra. But I'd rather wear mittens or gloves. Well, mittens get wet. And so if I'm in the snow and, you're throwing snowballs or something and you're wearing mittens, they get wet and that sinks into your hands. And gloves, a nice pair of leather gloves are beautiful and comfortable. They become form-fitting over your hands, and they keep you warm. So I would rather have gloves. Would I prefer a hardback or a Kindle? I prefer hardback. I am still not used to reading on a screen. It just doesn't work for me. I have to. The glare and the lighting even bothers my eyes, I think. So I would definitely prefer hardback. Is there a podcast that I would like to share? I'm not really into podcasts. And a couple times where I have even gotten books on tape, I'll say the few times I have, I end up kind of listening to them at night, and then I fall asleep. So, so I'm not a podcast person. Favorite winter memory as a child. I I don't have a favorite memory. I just have memories. There's Poppy talking to me. I know. Hold on. Let me pick her up again. Come, hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh, you're too heavy. Oh my goodness. Oh. So winter as a child, I know I loved Christmas and our, the Christmas tree, Christmas presents like this time of year. And I know that I loved, I'm a baby boomer. And so my father was in World War II, and he and my mother and like all my aunties and everything, they're really like great aunties, and their husbands, they were all ex-servicemen. And so they would all get together when I was a little girl, and they would go over to each other's houses, and they would play. All of us kids were little, all the same age. And so they would play horseshoes, and they would play ping pong, and the women would sit around and gab. Well, anyway, so those are fun memories for me, because as a little girl, it was fun to be around my cousins, and it was fun to be playful with my mom and dad and my extended family. Yes, it was. Do I have any winter traditions? I can't think of any winter traditions. We used to, as a family, a couple years in a row, we had a chili cook-off. Who made the best chili? And so that was kind of fun. It was a fun get-together. And everybody brought their crock pot or their Dutch oven full of chili. And of course, everybody had to taste test. And we voted, and we even had a little trophy eventually. So, that was kind of a fun tradition. But for right now, our family dynamics are really changing. Some family members have moved clear across country. Then my mother passed away. And so things are kind of changing for our family, but we will find our new normal. Okay, so her fingernails are so long and they scratch me. So see, she's kind of starting to bug me. Okay, you need to get down. You're too heavy. You're a big girl. All right, T. Do I prefer cards or board games? Well, I'm a card player. I have certain card games that I like to play. I'm not a card shark. I am not real competitive by nature. It's just not in me to be competitive. So I like both. I like Mexican Train. I loved Monopoly when I was smaller. That was the big game everybody would play. And, checkers and those kind of backgammon, those kind of games. But now I like them both. I have to say, probably cards more. Cards are easier to cart around. And, there's so many great card games out there. Have I reached the end? I think I have. One year I made a video about, it was late and it was the Christmas night or the day after Christmas. I can't remember. But it was sort of like my sadness that Christmas was over. In fact, when I went out to my office at /den to get this quote, I noticed that everybody's Christmas lights are dark. So they've unplugged their Christmas lights. I still have some twinkle lights going on here and over here. But I have started actually putting some I took my Christmas tablecloth off and my placemats and things like that. But it's kind of sad. There's such a buildup to Christmas Day. And it's such a great day. And then afterwards, even the day after, it's kind of nice because everybody's sort of exhaling and enjoying the leftovers, and company has sometimes spent the night. But yeah, it's like I'm looking around and I'm sort of sad that Christmas is over. I so enjoyed my daughter and Poppy. I still have a ton of food left. The honey baked ham I have left over. Some salad makings I have left. And then we didn't make our yam casserole. So I think I might, even when I hang up from here, I might put those yams in the crock pot. Okay, you guys, I think that's it for now. this is short and sweet, but I do want to touch base with you, and I definitely wanted to say I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And with that, P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next conversation. Bye-bye.